Hey everyone, the Black Friday deals continue, and for today's video, we'll again be focusing on games at brand new low prices. That way you know you're getting a great deal. Thank you all for the wonderful comments and of course for hanging out with me during the big sale here. I love sharing the deals with everyone, and so I appreciate you being here once again. If you are new to the channel, we cover Nintendo Switch deals and new releases every week. I hope I can help you find something fun to play while not breaking the bank too much. If you do have a good time, please remember to leave a like on the video. And as always, jump down into the comments and let me know what games you picked up during the holiday season. Alright everyone, and with that said, we'll go ahead and dive into the video. Stay safe, my friends. Unbound Worlds Apart is a single-player puzzle platformer with a 5.8 gig download, and it offers about 6 to 7 hours of main story gameplay. Now the game requires precise timing and movements, as well as mastering the portal technique, but once you do that, it's truly a fun game. The hand-drawn art and animations are great, the puzzles are challenging but not too frustrating, and the story is compelling enough to drive you forward. If you enjoy a good platformer, make sure to check this one out before the deal ends on the 1st. It's marked down 70% to just $5.99, a brand new low. Tales of Iron is a single-player action RPG with a download around 1.7 gigs and offers about 10 hours of gameplay. The story is again engaging and really entertaining, the combat is fun and surprisingly in-depth, and it does require a bit of strategy, with the boss battles being the standout for me. In addition, the game has a complex crafting system as well, and fans of tough Souls-like combat will feel right at home with this one. Right now it's on sale for just $6.24, marked down 75% with the deal ending on the 4th.
SIGNALIS is a retro-inspired survival horror game here on the Switch. It has a download around 3.6 gigs and tells an incredible story that grips you entirely. It's a game you'll think about for a bit, even after you've finished. The opening chapter of the game holds your hand pretty well to get you started and teach you the mechanics, but then it's up to you from there. If you've played any of the survival horror games, you'll know that ammo is limited, as is your inventory, so you'll have to manage both with care. The main story should last roughly 10 to 12 hours, and for fans of the genre or those curious to jump in, this is a great pickup this week. It's on sale right now for just $13.99, marked down 30% to an all-new low, and the deal ends again on the 4th.
Tiny Thor is an arcade platformer with a 16-bit design. It has a download under 200 megabytes and should offer again more than 10 hours of gameplay. Now, if you've ever wanted to wield the mighty Mjolnir, you'll be happy to know that that's your main weapon in this game. Make no mistake though, this is another incredibly retro-style difficult game, but it does have some accessibility options for those that could make use of them. There are more than 30 different levels to explore with fun boss battles and a ton of environmental puzzles that at times can be a bit tough on the brain. Of course, there are loads of secrets to find as well, and I have to mention the soundtrack as it was another highlight. Right now it's on sale for just $13.99, marked down 30%, and the deal ends again on the 4th. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed Ecto Edition is one of those asymmetrical multiplayer games where one team groups up in what amounts to basically a game of hide and seek against one player. Now this one has a 4v1 setup, allowing up to 5 players to join together online for some ghost-busting action. And of course, if you don't have any friends, don't worry, there is a single player mode that will just throw bots into the mix so you can still have some fun. Now with this version you get the original game and all of the DLCs that have been released for it, and of course fans of the series will probably find a bit more enjoyment here, or those that are super hardcore fans of the genre. Right now it's on sale for just $14.99 with a 25% discount, and the deal ends on the 4th. You'll need a little over 5.5 gigs for the install, so make sure you have space. Neon White is an incredible first-person platform roguelike with deck building added in, and the story is complex and told in a unique way with a gorgeous art style. The gameplay is fast and it runs well here on the console. We play as a man that finds himself stuck between heaven and hell, having lived a pretty rough life in the past. Now he's tasked with taking out as many demons as he can. The levels themselves are pretty short, and players are meant to play through them several different times to collect souls and improve their high score. It's a crazy game, but once you get the hang of it, it's really fun and you can pull off some wild moves. Right now it's on sale for just $14.99, marked down 40% with the deal ending on the 4th. The download is around 4.5 gigs, so make sure again that you have space.
Rogue Legacy 2 is a single-player 2D roguelike action platformer, where we play as a series of heroes on a quest to free the kingdom from the evil forces that have taken over. I say a series of heroes because these games have a unique feature. Each death results in you having to start over as a new character, a child of the previous hero you had just been playing as. Each time this happens, the characters you'll get all have random strengths and weaknesses, altering how the run will play out. This keeps things fresh and really does make the game stand out in the genre. These games are incredibly tough, with some bosses being complete roadblocks for many players, but if you're persistent, you'll get there eventually. The game has a download around 1.2 gigs, and right now it's on sale at a brand new low of just $14.99, marked down 40%, and the deal ends on the 4th.
Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster is one of those RPGs that stood the test of time. It was originally a PS2 game, and the remaster brings it to the latest generation of consoles with higher res textures and a completely remade UI to accommodate the new aspect ratios found on modern TVs. They've also recorded all new audio to add in a bit more immersion, and while the game is a bit more on the linear side from what we're used to these days, the story still holds up well after all these years. They've even added in a few difficulty settings to make the game a bit more accessible for more people. Now, if you want to pick up the version with all of the extra maps and the new merciful difficulty mode, that one is also on sale as well for a few dollars more. The base edition though is on sale for $14.99, while the digital deluxe edition will run you $20.99. Both deals end on the 4th, and as for the download, they're both around 8.7 gigs, so again, you'll need space for that. Wavetale is a 3D adventure-style platformer where we play as a young lady with the ability to walk on water with the aid of a mysterious mermaid-type creature that she meets very early on. Now, the water around the village is deadly due to this ominous force called the Gloom, and it's our job to restore the defensive sparks that keep it pushed back away from the town and the surrounding islands. The movement feels amazing, whether that be water surfing or soaring through the air or using your different gadgets, and the combat is definitely serviceable while not being overly complicated. The graphical style does add some charm to this one, and it's a really fun experience that should last maybe 5 to 7 hours. Right now it's on sale for just $14.99, marked down to half price with the deal ending on the 2nd, and you'll need about 3.6 gigs for the install. AK-xolotl is a newer top-down roguelike shooter from Two Awesome Studios. It has a download around 650 megabytes and features a unique pixel art aesthetic that looks fantastic here on the console. The weapon variety and bullet hell style of gameplay were perfect, and I always love when the game goes with a cutesy look and then gives you just intense hardcore gameplay. Now, while you're playing through, you'll find awesome upgrades. You can even raise little baby AK-xolotls, and they'll be able to help take out your enemies. There's also a cooking system for stat bonuses, and this is definitely a game I would recommend. Right now it's on sale for just $15.19, marked down 20%, with the deal ending again on the 4th. Prison City is a brand new release here on the console. It was developed by Retroware and published by Screenwave Media. It offers about 3 to 5 hours of gameplay with a download around a half a gig. The gameplay is a lot like older run-and-gun platform shooters from the early days of home consoles, and while it can be difficult, they did add in a few options to alter that a bit, which can help out if you find the game just a bit too tough. There's also a boss rush mode, which I always enjoy in these types of games, and the soundtrack is absolutely top tier. Now, the game is set in the 90s and has us infiltrating a corrupt city. There are a ton of references to older action movies from that era, and overall I would say it's a really fun game that controls great here on the console. The action is on point, and right now you can pick it up for just $15.29, marked down 10% until the 4th of December. Next we have 30XTX, which is another newer game here on the Switch. It's an action platformer and the follow-up to the 2018 hidden gem 20XTX, which we did cover in our last video. Now, both games are heavily inspired by the classic Megami franchise, and this one has a download around 1 gig and offers local co-op for 2 players. Now, we're given the option to play as a few different characters. One is melee and the other is ranged, and the game offers a couple of different ways to play through, with one sort of acting like an easy mode, but even with that, keep in mind that the game is still kinda tough, regardless of how you play through. On top of that, you can tackle the levels in whatever order you'd like, and they all have fun boss battles at the end. Right now you can pick it up for just $15.99, marked down 20% to a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 4th of December. Alright everyone, here are a few other great deals to check out while you're already on the eShop.
Life in hang in the balance as the horrible night rages on once again.
Don't worry about me. I'm sure I'll see you very soon.
Welcoming of travelers. I wager you'd have a much better time there. And Novigrad.
Alright everyone, that wraps up today's video. There are definitely more deals out there and we'll have more videos coming your way. So hit that bell so you don't miss the notification. If you don't mind, drop a like on the video if you had a good time. Jump down in the comments and let me know what games you might be picking up. I hope everyone has a safe weekend and enjoyed some good food yesterday. Take care everyone.